So in the jankets that I've brought with me to persimmons and natural hoods, I'm ornithopterizing the friendliness that wasn't born in albumin. And when there's a peccadillo that respongifies the corroboration that I'm seeking to profligate, I have to respond. We aren't toys or vehicles. We aren't the kinds of small hegemonies that an opprobrium that's generated from 2 or 4 fallacies can abide. Maybe you are, but I'm not, and really we are not. So once when I swam with the inconsiderate, once I participated in their embellishment of crocheted socks and nitternattery. And I regret it. Not everyone comes to the balustrade and addresses the moon and addresses the lake and says, serpents collude and collide with my emanations of intention. I stopped short of saying regret. And I don't think regret is appropriate, because when one intends, there's an embankment, there's a holistic chalice, there's, the children frolic in their dumpsters and their colliding. To establish the collisions is really to put a stake in the game. And so let's say that they are colliding fermenting Robespierres. That'll work. Any court that is set up to determine which of 5 inconsiderate babushkas can become the next infinite regression, any kind of weighing or dispersing or, when they flock the columbandra, it results in little kinds of specks that can be picked off as lint or peppered on your salad. When you say something as bitter as salad dressing and it becomes a liquid that is coruscating down my nuggets of content, well, you jab someone in the kind of there's a buttock on lightheadedness. And when that buttock is pierced with a jab like you've supplied, I can't say what it becomes. We have to see what it becomes. But I will say, in my experience, it becomes 4 monkeys. And monkey number 1, without too much profusement, monkey number 1 dances around in a thin thimble dress. Monkey number 2, we never see because the spaces in which it travels happen to picket fence with the kind of zootropial know-nothingery that Americans tend to covet or tend to enchalice with their friendly embrace. And there are 2 more monkeys, and I'll get to them. But it's interesting what monkey number 2 does, in that when it's invisible, which is all the time, because it's only known by rumor, it's only known by a reputation, and the reputation is established in some kinds of ghost towns that really pretend to be friendlier than a dinette set that's chambermaided to our bedroom. So if you go searching for it, and the chambermaid and the bedroom seem to be made out of, tufts of walrus feathers, that's the kind of thing that anybody sits and wallows in, but maybe only leg deep, and they find apples and they eat them. And can we blame them? That seems to be your contention. That blaming, that judgment, I think that is where the sprouting of the butter-like oleaginous, butter-like oleaginous, the oleaginous. There are beaks and there are claws and there are stilettos. And do they oleaginate? If you want them to. Maybe desire can seal a wound if the wound was created with a fork or criminal advancement of, well, we can say Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke did it well, but I wouldn't trade Mickey Rourke for Patrick Stewart. And maybe these things should be, kind of encrusted in lead. Maybe these things should be built out of a more solid regret. If that kind of regret becomes a little statuette that we keep in our apartments, what will we say? We will say, Mickey Rourke, we can say he's the lousy, roustabout, the louse-filled Republican dinette, or he's the louse-filled Republican protrusion, and Patrick Stewart is the stentorian, the stentorian. What's the thing that you plug? What's the thing that you plug sedentary fortresses into? You plug a sedentary fortress into. Well, that's the third monkey. That's the third monkey. You plug the sedentary into the third monkey, and I think that when we come to that kind of cul-de-sac, it has to be because the intention and the regret are forming a kind of coaxial cable of, a lighthearted joie de vivre. So, it's not a matter of do you accept, it's a matter of can you accept. Because some people, constitutionally, I think, some people build up a house of cards and then they blow it over with their aunts and their uncles. And everybody sits around and chortles. And then some people can admit that they've hidden an interminable despair inside the clothes and the waistbands and the terrifically tight socks. And those people are the people that we cherish. And it's cute, I guess. It's too cute to call that the fourth monkey. But sometimes you want to be cute. I'm the fourth monkey. But it doesn't have to be cute. It can also be a solace to the embirchment that any kind of old folks' home has plenty of in their little candy dishes. It can be that. Doesn't have to be, but so I am very grateful. I'm very grateful for your inputs and your. I think that what we can say is there's a tattering, and that's yours, and I'm grateful for your tattering because I couldn't really mesh the two. But I will, and I have, you can see, partially. And we can go from there. We can build on that. Comments welcome.